Right, before I go on with what's going on with the markets and our superannuation, a big shout out to the people that are suffering in around the Brisbane area with this nasty hurricane that's coming through. We all know, or most of us know, what it's like to be in a storm, and when your houses and everything you own is at risk and loved ones, it's a pretty scary situation. So I just want to bring that up first before I get into what else is going on in the world. Hi everybody, I'm just looking at the state of shares today, the ASX 200. Man, it's collapsed, it's down, it's down big time. Why is this? Why are we all losing thousands of dollars from our superannuation? Well, it's to do with Mr. Trump's 25% tariffs on Mexico, China and Canada, and their retaliation, which is to be expected, you know. So things are not looking good. I mean, everything is down. ANZ seems to be up a little bit, a lower corporation, but look, it's just massive. And here's the chart up here. Look at that drop. Let's have a look. You know, in the week. So we've dropped over 1%. So my concern is that this is just going to keep going with these trade wars. In the Orange Man Trump's endeavour to make America great again, he's screwing up the world's stock markets, and it's just unbelievable. I don't know. It's going to be a roller coaster for the next 6 months, maybe 12 months. And for those of you out there that are like me, retired and you're relying on your superannuation. Some of us on part pension, you know, we're getting screwed over big time thanks to this idiot, this Trump. Look, tariffs are sometimes a necessary thing for protection, but you do it gradually as you build up your own industry. You know, if you want to protect yourself from imported cars, you've got to build up your own industry first. With costs that are compatible with people that can buy cars. You know, if you're importing, if you've let everything go overseas and then you say, all right, well, you know, we're going to bring in a 25% tax on all cars coming in from China and Canada and, well, wherever they get their cars from around the world. That's all well and good if you've got factories to take up that 25%. But that takes years, you know. I've always, you know, when our textile industries went overseas and they were letting all these imports from China and India and all these clothes come in, because we had a great clothing industry here. But if you let that dwindle away, it takes years to get that manufacturing back. You can't do it overnight, and that's what Trump's in his ratbag brain is trying to do, and it just doesn't work. And as one of the billionaires predicted, he said this is just the worst thing that anyone could do, because now you've got 25% on things going into the States. Well, let's say it's from China. That's 20, you know, clothes. You know, your average person that buys clothes, we buy clothes here, a lot of it's from China. Imagine the clothes going up 25%, plus then you've got someone that's got to manage all that, that 25%. You have to put people in to manage it, and the cost. So that 25% could go up to 35, 40, maybe even 50%. So clothes all of a sudden, you know, you're used to going out and buying, you know, some undies for the week, and they've gone from, $15 for 3 or 4 to nearly $30. You know, everything's going up double. And that's a real worry. So anyway, that's it for today. As far as Australia goes, we need a fair go. Also, my other big concern is that he didn't. Trump was asked about the alliance with Japan, New Zealand, Australia, and he said, "Well, what's that?" And then when they said, "Well, what's the deal with Japan?" "Oh, Japan don't. We are there to defend Japan, but they're not there to defend us." Oh, how is that a good deal? What an idiot! What an idiot! It's to be a barrier to China, but obviously, Taiwan's going to fall either towards the end of this year or sometime next year, and when it does, we're cactus. We're going to be the next one on the plate. They're already circling us, as I've said before, with warships and submarines, and they've even said there's more to come. But don't worry about it. But why are they sending them all down here? And what's the US going to do? They're just going to say, well, Australia, we're now transactional. We want all your minerals. If you want us to put some barriers up there and protect you, we want to own some of Australia. So because they're not for democracy anymore, right? It's a imperialist country. It's becoming an imperialist country, and however you name it, the imperialists are being backed. They've got into government, and they're there for another nearly 4 years. So we're pretty much screwed. Think about that. Just think about what's coming, and people, getting chucked off their jobs. There is surplus everywhere. All governments around the world, especially the Western ones, there is bulge. But you can't just go in there willy-nilly and say, right, okay, there's too many air traffic controllers, I'll get rid of half of them. Look at the planes that have come down in America and had near misses in the last month or so since the Muscovites have been in there. Dodge, Department of, we're just going to throw you out of a job. Department of Government Expenditure, they call it. And anyway, it's not good. It's not good. This episode is costing us all thousands, and it'll cost us thousands more. So I don't know. It's just going to get worse. But on the positive side, I've got sunshine outside, and I've got nice trees and birds singing. Everything's good here. A big shout out to poor old, as I started with this thing, this episode, Brisbane are in the grip of a terrible storm, and we wish them, all the support and thoughts that we can. And yeah, the garden's going well, and I'll just finish off. If you've got strawberries, they seem to like beer. If your strawberries aren't doing much, if they're flowering, you've only got small buds, or they're not flowering, pour a bit of beer over them, because I saw that on the internet somewhere, and using my food candles, and it seems to work. They seem to be growing a bit faster and ripening a lot quicker too. Anyway, that's it. That's my Fair Go Australia for today, and have a good one. All the best, whatever you get up to. Cheers.